the traditional Prime Minister, to His Majesty the King and the Zulu Nation. Maybe before we begin, may I introduce the delegation which is here. On my right is Nkosi Tileza. Nkosi Tileza is the Deputy Prime Minister of the Zulu Nation. Currently serves as an executive member in the National House of Traditional Leaders. Next to Nkosi is Prince Mpiwe Zulu of Rwamenya from the King's Office. On my left is Prince Namuhla, who is the King's younger brother, the Prince of Ozokhulumela. Next to the Prince is Prince Banana Zulu, who is the commander of the regiments Amamuto, together with Induna, who is here with other Induna. And on the far left is Mr. Yao, who is the chairperson of Uthi Traditional Council. With us are members of the royal family and also Isilo, who have been sent by His Majesty to be with us. I will read the statement, which reads as follows. His Majesty King has requested me to convey his well wishes and congratulations to Bafana for their heroism and warrior spirit in reaching the semi-finals of the AFCON tournament in Ivory Coast. His Majesty encourages all South Africans to rally behind Bafana as they proceed to the semi-finals as a stepping stone to ultimate victory in the final. On the 27th of January 2024, His Majesty appointed me as Traditional Prime Minister to the Zulu Nation. Nkosi Tileza was appointed as the Deputy Traditional Prime Minister. As I've said, Nkosi Tileza is the former chairperson of the KZN House of Traditional Leaders and currently serves on the EXCO of the National House of Traditional Leaders. We both accept this honor with humility, reverence, and obedience. I am a direct descendant of Kungashe Kangwane, who was the Nkosi of the Buthelezi clan when King Shaka assumed the throne to unite all clans into the mighty Zulu Nation. My forebears left Utawini, present-day Babanamu, when King Shaka defeated Kungashe in battle. Kungashe's two children, Matotwane, from whose lineage I am descended, and his elder sister, Telesi, led a group of their clansmen and sought refuge under the Dalose clan of Mahlahlindlela, where the Dalose clan allocated land to Kungashe's children, which stretches from present-day Telesi in Amakulusi to the banks of the Jojosi River in Kukutu. And this is where my family resides to this day, at Olengweni Homestead. My great-great-grandfather, Mswazi Gamatotwane, fought at the Battle of Isandwane and distinguished himself under the Ingo Makosi Regiment. My father, Bishop Lawrence Buthelezi, Nicholas Kakacheli Mswazi, Gamatotwane Kapungashe, was spiritual advisor. To King Zwelithini Kabhekuzulu during the erstwhile KwaZulu government and served the king until he passed away in 2001. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the royal family, I have gone into some detail about my family background to show that my ties to the royal house do not start today. The Buthelezis have had a long and enduring relationship with the royal family, dating back to the founder of the Zulu Nation, King Shaka Senzakho. I am the product and protege of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who served for 69 years as Prime Minister of the Zulu Nation under 3 kings. Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi had a vision for the Zulu Nation anchored on the protection of our heritage, land, and culture. As Prime Minister to the monarch and Zulu Nation, I am the custodian of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's legacy of African indigenous knowledge and leadership systems. My task is to complete the unfinished business and mission to which Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi dedicated his whole life and political career, which is the recognition of the Zulu Kingdom and the restoration of the powers, roles, and functions of traditional leaders in the whole of South Africa, and for these issues to be enshrined in the Constitution. His Majesty has declared the year 2024 as the year of peace and unity to revive Zulu pride and dignity. And this day is a clarion call for all members of the Zulu nation to uphold the values of this in their daily work, in their social life, and in their pronouncements. As political parties campaign for the national and provincial elections, His Majesty implores that all campaigning must take place in a spirit and an environment of peace, tolerance, and mutual respect. His Majesty has declared that the statue of his father, King Zwelithini Kusukela, which has been erected in Uthi, will be officially unveiled on the 12th of March 2024. This date marks the 3-year anniversary since the passing of our beloved late King, and further details around this event will be announced in due course. His Majesty has declared that the statue of King Shaka, erected at the King Shaka International Airport, will be officially unveiled on 27 April 2024. This date marks 30 years since our country achieved freedom. The foundation for the struggle against colonialism was laid by King Tetwayo Kampane as Isandwane and sustained by his heir, King Dinusu, who was imprisoned and exiled for his defense of the land. The struggle for liberation was kept alive by King Dinuzulu's grandson, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who kept the torch of liberation burning inside the country when other leaders were in exile or on Robben Island. And right up until, together with President Nelson Mandela, Prince Buthelezi became one of the architects of our democracy. His Majesty has therefore declared that a special memorial service for Amakhosi and Amabutho in honor of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi will take place in May at Nongoma on a date to be confirmed with the family of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. This event will honor the life of Prince Buthelezi as the longest-serving Prime Minister in Zulu history and as Commander-in-Chief of Amabutho. The purpose of all these events, ladies and gentlemen, in Isilo, is to inculcate a sense of pride, especially amongst the youth of the Zulu nation. Recruitment for new members of the young regiment, known as Isilo Nature, which was commissioned by His Majesty at Isandwane, will take place in all districts of KwaZulu-Natal, led by the commanders of the regiments, Prince Banana of Wamenya and Undunankulu. His Majesty is hopeful that the provincial government of KwaZulu-Natal will come up with practical solutions and measures to protect Amakhosi, as Amakhosi have now become the daily target of killings in the province. His Majesty wishes to see Amakhosi play a more significant and hands-on role in the governance of Undunankulu Trust. As such, His Majesty has embarked upon wide consultation as to whether it is still necessary and ideal for Undunankulu Trust to be under the auspices of the Minister of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, 30 years into democracy. Are Amakhosi that illiterate and incapable of running their own affairs, that they must still report and be supervised by a minister sitting in Cape Town about their own land, which they inherited from their forefathers? Why must the land of the Zulu people be administered in Cape Town when Amakhosi have their own governance structures which are closer to the people and recognized in law, such as the Provincial House of Traditional Leaders? As the sole trustee of Undunankulu Trust, His Majesty holds the land in trust on behalf of the Zulu nation, and His Majesty will do everything in his power to protect, preserve, and develop the land for the benefit of the Zulu nation. In order to develop the knowledge and leadership base of Amakhosi in preparation for their future role in the governance of Undunankulu Trust, His Majesty's office has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National School of Government to train 200 Amakhosi in KwaZulu-Natal in the following areas. 1. empowering amakhosi to act as economic change agents in their communities, 2, transferring new knowledge and skills on how to build sustainable economic rural interventions for long-term economic impact, 3, capacitating amakhosi to create sustainable jobs and community wealth, 4, building an active rural citizenry who participates in and supports economic development through mutually beneficial partnerships, and 5, supporting amakhosi to identify and utilize local natural resources in an environmentally sustainable way. His Majesty has instructed that from today onwards, no communication or engagement purporting to be from His Majesty will be issued without a covering letter from the Office of the Traditional Prime Minister. This intervention is made in order to circumvent unscrupulous individuals who seek to abuse and misappropriate the logo, royal crest, and even the signature of the king for their own fraudulent purposes. Members of the media, distinguished guests, members of the royal family, His Majesty is confident that the appointment of the Traditional Prime Minister and his deputy will usher in a new era of reconciliation, unity, and stability in the royal family and the Zulu nation at large. I thank you. That is the statement which I have read today, and just briefly a summary in Zulu. Isilo, ukusho ukuthi njengoNdunankulu KaZulu ngihamba nephini likaNdunankulu inkosi yaseMadungeni eduze kwakhe umntwana wakwamina osehhovisini leSilo, ecakwami umntwana wakhangela umntwana ukaBindlovu ezolithini eduze kwakhe umkhosi wamabutho umntwana uvanana ehambisana nenduna uhlongo ongabadidiyeli bamabutho ekugcineni uMnumzane Nyawo ongusihlalo womkhandlu wasoSuthu. Isilo-ke siyasho ukuthi uqokwa kukaNdunankulu waso wesizwe nephini kuzodala uzinzo endlunkulu nasezweni sonke sikaZulu. Isilo sithi unyaka ka-2024 unyaka wokuthula nobumbano ukuze kuvuselelwe intshisekelo kaZulu nesithunzi sakhe. Isilo sishilo ukuthi ngomhla ka-12 March 2024 kuzokwembulwa isifuziselo noma itshe elikhumbula uDlokobane ingonyama uzotheni kaBeluzulu esesiqoshwe odini. Kuthi ngomhla ka-27 April kuwo lonyaka kwembule isifuziselo selebe esilapha esikhumulweni seyindiza e-airport eThekwini. Isilo sishilo ukuthi kuzoba nomkhosi noma inkonzo kwalongoma ezokhumbula uNdunankulu KaZulu, umntwana waphindangene ohlale kulesi sikhundla iminyaka engama-69 okunguye futhi uNdunankulu ohlale kakhulu kulesi sikhundla wakhonza phansi kwezilo ezintathu. Isilo sishilo ukuthi yonke le micimbi eyenziwayo yenziwa ngenjongo yokuvuselela ukuyigqaja ikakhulukazi abantu abasha bakwaZulu. Ibutho eliphathwe Isilo esandlwana labantu abasha kuthiwa Isilwa netshe kuzoqhutshekwa kuhanjwe iy'mfunda zonke ukuze intsha ifakwe iqeqeshwe ingene kuleli butho. Ingonyama ibe isisho ukuthi ukuhlaselwa nokubulawa kwamakhosi kuyinto ekhathaza kakhulu. Isilo-ke sinethemba lokuthi uhulumeni wesifundazwe uzoqhamuka nenhlelo zokuvikela impilo yamakhosi. Isilo sithe sifisa ukubona amakhosi ebamba iqhaza elibambekayo nelingcono emphathweni kwesikhwama iNgonyama Trust. Kangangokuthi Isilo siyayibuza ukuthi sikhona yini isimo sokuthi iNgonyama Trust amakhosi izwe labo baphathelwe ngqongqoshe sekudlule iminyaka engama-30 sisuze inkululeko. Amakhosi ayahluleka yini ukuyiphathela izwe kangangokuthi kumele aze aphathelwe ngqongqoshe eKapa na? Isilo sithi amakhosi anenhlaka ezisondele abantu futhi ezisemthethweni ezingakwazi ukuphatha kangcono umhlaba. Ngaleyo ndlela Isilo njengomnikazi weNgonyama Trust ubambe iNgonyama Trust egameni lesizwe sakwaZulu. Isilo sesingene esivumelwaneni nesikhungo okuthiwa i-National School of Government ukuze amakhosi aqeqeshwe ekuthenini umhlaba uphathwa kanjani, amathuba emisebenzi enziwa kanjani, nanokuthi umnotho wasemakhaya wakhiwa kanjani, uxhumana ukuze amakhosi akwazi ukuyiphilela nokuzenzela. Isilo sibe sesiyaleza ukuthi kusukela namhlanje akekho umuntu ozothi ukhulumela isilo noma uthunywe isilo noma kunomsebenzi awenzayo egameni lesilo uma singekho isiqiviso se-ofisi kaNdunankulu KaZulu. Kwenziwa lokho ukuze kugwemeke abantu abasebenzisa iy'mpawu zobukhosi ukuze beyinothise bona egameni lesihlanu. Nalawo mazwi-ke amafuphi isilo abahlonishwa abavela kwabey'ndaba, isilo sinethemba ukuthi uqokwa kaNdunankulu lo okhulumayo nepini lakhe uzokwazi ukuthi kudale ukubuyisana nokusebenzisana nozinzo lokubambisana endlunkulu nasezweni sonke sikaZulu. Siyathokoza. Angazi-ke kwesinto ukuba abafowethu kukhona abafisa ukuphawula namibuzo uzokwazi ukusiza ngaleyo.
We are going to take 5 questions and we'll do 2 rounds. We'll take 5 questions each, and then the second round questions on 5. Show of hands, ngicela ukubona abalibuzo. I want to Bula. This one, I see your hand. Last question. I see your hand. I know you. Thank you, Sister Namuhla. Can it be as quick as possible?
Makhulu ngingeke bantwana Undunankulu igama lami welcome abantu besibongo somsakazo noma FM sasolo kuza ngishaya Undunankulu ukuthi uma Undunankulu ethi akusekho umuntu ozokhipha itatimende singanalo uphawu la Prime Minister umtherapy okhulumela Isilo futhi ingane mhlawumbe engekho la okhulumela
This is Kusukela from Independent Media. My question is, how do you adapt to the traditions and royal protocols, given that your predecessor had more than 6 decades of institutional knowledge? And then part of that is, how would you describe yourself? Are you a modernist? Are you a traditionalist? Or are you a combination of both?
Isilo samabandla sifisa ukudlulisa inokotho zokufisela nokhalalisa iqembu lesizwe iBafana Bafana ngokuqoka kwalo emqhudelaneni i-AFCON. Isilo sinxusa bonke abantu baseNingizimu Afrika ukuthi beseke iqembu lethu iBafana Bafana, futhi isilo sinesiqiniseko sokuthi iBafana Bafana izokwazi ukusimela ize ifike egcineni inqobo yomqhudelwano. Kulokhu-ke okubuzwa abafowethu benogama FM, silapha sithume Isilo njengobona abantwana basedlunkulu belapha, ubona inkosi iChiliza ilapha, njengoba uthi Prime Minister, ubona induna zilapha. Ngakho-ke sizokwenza lokhu isithume Isilo ukuthi ubani ongekho, ubani okhona, angeke siphendule lokho. Ngoba sizokwenza umsebenzi wesizwe nokuthunywa yimvume. Umbuzo futhi oqhamuka kwa-SABC weNdaba Trust. Ngoba sengathi Isilo sichazile ukuthi izinhlelo zokuqeqeshwa kwamakhosi eseyizoqala ukuze kucijise amakhosi ngamakhono nolwazi nomholi abazodlala uma iNdaba Trust isisondele esiphethwe amakhosi. Lapho ngoba sengathi Isilo sicacisile lokho ukuthi izinhlelo ey'khona nezisazokwenzeka. My brother very chatting as if I'm a traditionalist or a modernist. Yeah, I think it's quite irrelevant whether I'm a traditionalist or modernist, but I'm here to serve and to execute the wishes of the king. And in this position which I occupy as Prime Minister, my primary aim is to be the senior advisor to His Majesty and to be the principal spokesperson of His Majesty. So there's no role for me to be a modernist or traditionalist. Mine is to obey the instructions of the king and to do what I'm told to do, starting as we have done today, to convey the wishes of His Majesty. Akukho esingakwenza madukeni mhlawumbe inkosi uthiliza ipheli likaNdunankulu bengakwazi ukukhuluma kulolu daba. Kodwa-ke uhulumeni onamandla ukuthi agunyaze i-ofisi esemthethweni. Kodwa angiboni ukuthi kuyokwenzeka lokho ngoba ngisho amakhosi kwamanje ama-local house awanayo ibhajethi amakhosi. Kodwa kuthiwa uhulumeni uyawahlonipha. Ngisho seyofaka amapayipi amanzi njengomeya bangawafaka amapayipi bangithandela inkosi ngayithinta bangithandela ngayithinta. Ngakho-ke amakhosi aziyithusi nje ngaphansi kwalo hulumeni. Ngakho kukulindela ukuthi khona okungcono okungenziwa uhulumeni ukucabangela i-ofisi kaNdunankulu KaZulu. Angiboni ukuthi kungenzeka ngoba kwamanje amakhosi basibuka indlela aphathwa ngayo ney'nsiza kusebenza ey'ngekho. Siyabona ukuthi kusekude kakhulu phambili, kodwa ngazi noma uDeputy Prime Minister khona ngakusho madukeni.
Shenge ngithokoze kakhulu bantwana baseNdunankulu nabendlovu abahlonishwa abaqhamuka kwezindaba ehlukahlukene. Njengoba usuchazile, siyafisa ukukhumbuza izwe laseNingizimu Afrika nomhlaba wonke jikelele ukuthi uhulumeni ufike ubukhosi buvele kwi-government. Uma ubuyele emuva okwenziwa Isilo akusha namhlanje, akuyena uNdunankulu wesizwe samaZulu uqala lo. Even umntwana waphinda ngene kukhona uNdunankulu abebekhona bengalawulwa bengabekelwa imigomo. Iqiniso liphelele lisekuthini ukuhlanganisa-ke lesakhiwo sentando yeningi nesimo sobukhosi uma inhloso inye lithi sonke kuwukuthi kube nokuthula, kube noxolo, kube nokuhlonishwa kwesigaba sobukhosi. Kuyofanele zonke lezi zinhlaka ngoba phela masingakhuluma iqiniso, even ubuyela ey'nhlakeni ezinye ey'sungulwe nje kamuva kunesigaba sikaNdunankulu KaZulu zazingazange zazabakhona, zazingazange zazaba namabhajethi, kodwa ngenxa yalokhu kuthiwa i-political will kwakwazi ukuthi bekhona ibhajethi. Kusho-ke ukuthi isizwe samaZulu sekusathi nto uma sikhuluma ngesilo okusetshwayo empini yasesandwane, yingoba sasiwuhulumeni namabutho noNdunankulu wazo. Kufanele kuhlonishwe lokho-ke kwenziwe zonke iy'nhlelo ezithi uma sisentandweni yeningi, intando yeningi ayihloniphe u-Afrika bethu ngendlela efanele.
My name is Uthi from SABC News. May his soul rest in peace. He has tried all his life to make sure that the roles that he played both politically and this of being the traditional prime minister to the Israeli kings have never been confused. Some will say that they have been misunderstood, or some of them have been confused to the extent that some of his political enemies are saying that he was using this position to mobilize support for his political party. With you, with a strong background of the IFP, of course, as well as being the mayor of the IFP-controlled KaZulu district municipality, and now in this position, how do you ensure that these two roles are not being intertwined and also are not being confused and violated about that?
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Ndunankulu, ngisathanda ukuba ngibuze ukuthi uNdunankulu Shenge ngicabanga ukuthi akusiyibo yintohana umuntu aphathe sokuthaphuza ngabe khona abantu ukuthi ngibizwe uprime minister sakhe lokho uzushushele nento bese kuba uprime minister lokho sokuthi mhlambe naye kungenzeka lokho namasho ukuthi abonke ngoba kwenza amathoko kubantu abangamathiko ngokukhona nje mhlambe sekunosika kanti nakho samatho umsebenzi fanele ikhethe ngalezo zokwenza samatho umsebenzi share esibili share nje zikhona into zokuthula kwabantwana omkhulu kungenzeka nisibona kwenzeka noma ngakabi nazo kakhulukazi ukukhosi kwaZulu yabo.
Sure, Sano. Lo muso ke soke. Ikhali. Izisho nje masisona comment lesenduko. Lo sesizeke ngalo apa office la kashe. Ekhaya lo jena benza ukuthi besibasa ubike umsebenzi wethu. Lekusha mthana kwasinali go direct. Esiyosika la ke sisazwa abantu abazofuna ukuvanisha lesifasitation. Saya usah betul nak apa yang ayo semua.
Ngithokoze Isilo abantwana baseNdunankulu mathukeni kwilanga laKwaZulu. Eminye imibuzo izodlulisela umntwana wakwamina. Kodwa kuyimvukamlando lokho kwenziwa yiNgonyama ngoba abantu abaningi asebebhalele iNgonyama namakhosi azobile ukuthi iNgonyama ikwazi ukuqoka iphini kaNdunankulu kaZulu, ikakhulukazi okuqhamuka ngapha eningizimu wesifundazwe, ukuze abantu besilo abagcwele isifundazwe sonke, abagcwele i-Cape, abagcwele i-Gauteng bekwazi ukunakeka ukuthi lapha usilo kaNdunankulu kaZulu sekunephini, ukuthi-ke i-media izoncoba ngakho lokho. I think my brother from the SABC says there may be people who may be confused about my role as an IFP leader and also as traditional prime minister. I think His Majesty, when he makes the announcement, was very clear about the type of expectations that he has in the prime minister and the type of conduct which the traditional prime minister should show. Therefore, I don't think there will be people who are confused, because the role in which I'm playing now is the role which is serving His Majesty, and there's no political influence or any political favor which will accrue to any political party out of this role. Mhlawumbe kule inyosi njengoba eshukwethu FM siyathanda ukuthi amaciko athuthuke, ngakho kuhleze khona amathuba ukuthi amaciko athuthuke. Mhlawumbe ngicela ukuthi ngidedele umntwana abaningi aphendule eminye imibuzo oziwe laba bezithina.
Thokoza Isilo, uNdunankulu wethu uhlelo. Thokoza simathumile. Umntwana wakhe ngempela mehlo, umntwana wethu umkhandlo sosuthu. Babunya, nabe Isilo sintwana zemnyama sonke. Abeyindaba. Sanya siyathokoza nje ngokuqala nabe uzocela sibonga ukuthi iNgonyama yethu kufike isikhathi lesokuthi isikole eNdunankulu. Ngoba sesikhala phakathi kwesizwe ukuthi umuntu lapha ngihambile uwenze umsebenzi wakho umntwana omuhle. Emhlabeni sathi mayabhakala ngothundu. Uwenze umntwana umsebenzi wakho omuhle ngokukhulu kwethemba esizweni. Ngokukhulu futhi kwethemba abakhosini laba abebusa ngaphansi kwabo amathathu. Kodwa kufanele ithuba-ke lokuthi uyahamba emhlabeni izathu kaNkulunkulu kwelezo. Kodwa nje ngafisa ukuya embuzweni kamahlobo. Ngiyafisa ukucacisa ukuthi umntwana omkhulu akaqoka uyazala. Uyazala umntwana omkhulu. Umntwana omkhulu futhi uzalwa yinkosi. Akazalwa umntwana. Mhlawumbe sathi ukuvela kwesibhaso umntwana omkhulu. Isilo salodwa inkosi umbaba. Uyadlula abaningi isilo salodwa. Kodwa phakathi kwaso owazala iNgonyama abayedwa. Okwabondlula kwazo ngombazi lokwaZulu. Kwathenza isilo sethwayo-ke wazala umntwana omkhulu kwawamntwana uNdabuko. Uthe iNgonyama-ke ukuthetha isiba iNgonyama. Ngoba abaningi abantu abazalwa ngomvulo besilo. Kwasethiwa lo ozalwa iNgonyama esiswini. Yena usoba umntwana omkhulu uzalwa iNgonyama kuphi esiswini. Manje-ke silindele ukuthi iNgonyama ebisigcina nje isiko ukuthi imemezele ukuthi ubani oyomntwana omkhulu, kodwa asikhona ukuthi salinde ukuthi aqoka. iNgonyama nje imemezele isikhathi sayo eyobona ngaso sefuneka isho kusemthethweni kwaziwa ukuthi nangu umntwana omkhulu ngesayo isikhathi. Ilokho ngingabisiza umntwana omkhulu simlindele umntwana iNgonyama yomemezele isikhathi sayo, kodwa aqoka umntwana omkhulu uyazala. Uzele umntwana omkhulu khona iyomusho lena ukuthi yena mumuntu. Ngiyathokoza.
Mhlawumbe asibonge kakhulu mina Isilo abantwana baseNdunankulu induna abafowethu abaqhamuka ku-media. There are copies of the my statement, which will be available at the back from this ruling for all members of the media who wish to have a copy of the remarks that we have said here. So thank you once again for honoring our invitation, and we do hope to see you at these events which have been announced, which will be taking place around the province of Ozokhulumela. Thank you very much.